Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing getting new life out of an older system. So James, when a client comes to you and says they've got a little older system, it seems slow, they maybe want to upgrade it, what do you do about that?
You know, this is a great topic. I really like this one because I find that we can get some really great new life out of an older system by simply doing a couple of, strategic upgrades. So one of them I would say would be an SSD. Would you agree? Solid state disk, that stands for. I think that's a great upgrade to an older machine.
Yeah, I think that really changes the entire machine. Solid state drives now are just so much faster than their predecessors. They're not expensive anymore, and it really makes the machine faster, basically everything you do with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I brought a couple of samples today. I thought people might want to see them. They look just like a traditional old laptop size disk, but they're going to be much bigger.
That's better looking. That's a good looking
sleek
drive.
And black, and this is of course compared to what we would traditionally see inside a computer. So
not attractive.
No, right? And it weighs 5 pounds. So they're quite small. They're quite affordable, as you said. I guess we could be honest and say that they're roughly double the price for half the capacity, if we were going to compare to a traditional disk. But the performance is such that, it's really...
It is night and day. It really is.
Yeah, agreed. So, what would you say, who would want to upgrade to a disk like that?
So I think if you've got a machine that's a few years old, still maybe has a reasonable processor, maybe has reasonable memory, but the drive is really slowing it down, and drives will slow down over time.
That's usually the bottleneck, right? They don't spin very fast. I'm not sure if everybody understands the difference. Can you explain the difference between a traditional disk and an SSD, how they work?
So a traditional drive actually has platters in it. I liken it to a turntable. There's an arm reading the platter in the drive. So there's a lot happening mechanically in it. It's just basically slower than a solid state drive. There's no moving parts. So there's really less to go wrong with them. And the drive itself is just much faster because you don't have all those moving parts.
And they have a good lifespan, I think.
Yeah, generally you're going to find that the lifespan should be a little bit better than a traditional drive. And of course, they're better looking. I don't think there's any question.
So, when you said that it's kind of like there's no moving parts, there's no mechanical, how do they actually function? I've been told they're kind of like camera memory, or maybe the memory in your phone or something like that.
Yeah, essentially that's what it's like. Everything now is really moving to solid state type memory, just because it's so fast to access.
Yeah.
So it really adds a performance boost to everything you do.
Yeah. Now, what about capacity? Like, I know people are worried about the size of disks they're going to have, how much space they have. People are synchronizing with cloud storage now. Do they have enough room? How big can they get?
They used to be very expensive, and the pricing has come way down on them. So they're affordable. They're still a little more expensive than a traditional drive, but probably a lot of people find they may not need all of the drive space on the drive that's in their computer. They may be using other, just like you said, other sources of storage, like cloud storage.
We're still telling people to take your music and your movies and all that stuff and put it on an external disk, just to have somewhere else. And also for that reason, right, is that we might want a smaller SSD that's super fast, but then the data and the stuff that's not super critical that we can put onto an external drive and not take the space of the faster drive.
Right.
I guess we could have 2 drives in a computer if we had to now, but a laptop you'd kind of be stuck with not enough room, I guess. But I guess the bottom line is that this is just a better upgrade. Is there anything else we can do to an older machine to?
Sure, yeah. You can add memory to a machine. That it really depends on what applications you're using, whether it's requiring more memory.
Yeah.
But memory's always a good upgrade as well, which will generally give you a faster operating machine.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people confuse disk space and memory. So memory,
They do.
Right? So memory is more how many things I guess you could have open at once, as opposed to how many things you could store on your computer.
Right.
And so I guess double the memory means double the speed. Is that logical?
Yeah, you might not. It might not mean double the speed, but if you are using, especially today, like people tend to have a lot of web browser windows
open at once.
Right. So that's taking up memory. So if you add memory to it, you will be able to open more windows without it impacting you as much.
So there you have it. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time on Let's Talk About It.